All right, guys, how's it going? Well, I've been out and got the Spanish football dailies. You knew I was going to get them today, didn't you? I went to the cafe and had a few coffees. And it was really busy in the cafe this morning. It usually is, to be honest with you. And the owner, as you know, spoke to me the other day. Do you remember? I was in there, and as he walked past me, he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, Liverpool, Real Madrid, tomorrow, what do you think? And I went, Liverpool will do them easy. I don't usually talk like that, because I don't like tempting fate, as you know. And he went, really? I was like, yeah, too right, man. He was like, okay. And then he cleared off, and after that I was like, fucking hell, I won't be able to show my face in here if Liverpool get turned over. He's an Atletico Madrid fan, by the way. And anyway, so I went in the cafe today, and even before I got to my table, I heard him shout from behind the counter, hey Liverpool, and all this, and I was like, yeah man, it was a great game, and I said it in Spanish, by the way, because I'd been rehearsing. Trust me, I'd been rehearsing because I knew I was going to get pulled for it, right? So as I sat down, he's walking past, with the plates and that for the workmen, the breakfast and stuff like that. He's like laughing and that, and I'm like, hey, nice one, man, yeah, all right. And I looked at to the workmen all sat there in their luminous gear and that, and they were like that. I said to say you, because I mean none of them are Liverpool fans, will they? Real Madrid's probably the most supported team around here, to be honest with you. Nobody likes Barcelona because they're not Spanish to them. Well, you know what I mean. And Barcelona would say that they don't want to be Spanish, right? So Barcelona's hated around here. Valencia, no one really that bothered about Valencia, even though we're in the Valencia county. It's all about Real Madrid and Barcelona. I must tell you one very quick thing though. I go and see Benidorm Football Club play down the divisions. They got promoted last season. David Villa owns them. My mate used to own the club. Sold it to David Villa recently. They've got Arab investment, got promoted last year. Bottom of the league this year. But they sold last season more replica tops. You know what I mean? The tops. The kit, they sold more than Valencia, which is a La Liga outfit, obviously. So I don't know, I just think that's really interesting, which shows you the pull that David Villa's got and what the plans are with that club. So I'm going to talk to you about what's in these newspapers, right? And it's going to be very, very difficult for me to go, oh yeah, that was in this one and that was in that one. Do you know what I mean? So you know what it's like. In a nutshell, right? Because I know some of you are impatient fuckers. Only the casual people that come in, right? We don't really interested in what you think. But my friends, my long-term subscribers, my channel members and all that, I'm going to, it's going to take a little while just to go over things. But what I'll say to you right now, if you haven't got time to watch the video, because it's all obvious what's in these newspapers today, I think. But there is one reference in there that I picked up where they were talking about Virgil van Dijk, colossal, amazing, out of contract. Now, I'm sure you've seen speculation and claims that Virgil van Dijk's going to commit to Liverpool, and the Twitter twats, the ITKs are saying that. Well, have you noticed not one of these Twitter twats or anyone has ever said anything the opposite? They're just following the obvious. Do you know what I mean? But what I would say is Liverpool Football Club need to get that one done as quickly as possible, because you only need that shit to start, don't you? Like, hey, there's a player, what a player we could have done with him last night, and he's available on a fucking free, from January. So, Liverpool needs to get this done. I think we're going to see, I think they all sign anyway, based at the moment. I'll tell you what I'm going to say to you, right? Right, hang on, wait, stop. Before I get into that, so you don't need to watch the video, really, because it's all just talking about what happened, and we know what happened. There's one reference of Virgil van Dijk, which I've told you, where they're saying, hey, that Virgil van Dijk, they haven't mentioned anybody else at Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't get mentioned anywhere from what I've seen, right? So that's that. That's all that's mentioned in there. So you don't need to watch any more. Now, those of you that are loyal to me and have got time, you guys, I was just going to say to you guys, Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? He don't want to go and pay for these. We know what sort of club Real Madrid is. They have these publications today have absolutely slaughtered Mbappe. I mean, nearly every page is Mbappe. It's his fault. The entire game last night was lost because of Mbappe. Imagine having that kind of pylon. Do you know what I mean? We know this about this club anyway. We said it before about Trent. If you go to Real Madrid, stay at Liverpool, you'll be a superstar forever. Go, an idol. Go to Real Madrid. Oh, you might get a bit of glamour and a bit of silverware and stuff like that. You make one mistake there and they'll soon be throwing pigs' heads at you. And at Real Madrid, you're a nobody. And if you don't perform, we're talking about Mbappe, who's considered to be one of the best players in the world, you're done for. And they have absolutely slaughtered him today. Slaughtered him, right? So I've got some notes on my computer. And I've got some notes on my phone. And maybe I'll read some of the articles out to you. I don't know, to be honest with you. I just want to give you a feel of, what's in the press here. Here we go. There's a lot. I mean, I don't even know. I genuinely am going to have to bounce around all the different papers, so it might be not in the order of the paper as we go with it. So let's start with Marca. Basically, they're saying the harsh reality. Do you know what I mean? The harsh reality. We have here, what was it? Liverpool exposes a weakened and completely outclassed Real Madrid. The champions get into trouble. Liverpool superior crashes against basically their Belgian goalkeeper. It talks about how Real Madrid crashed. A crisis of confidence that is consuming Real Madrid. These are all different little headlines and little articles inside. It is in Marca, by the way. It's Marca that mentioned Virgil van Dijk. When discussing demasiados problemas en noviembre, I've made a note there, mentioned the reference to Virgil van Dijk, which is this article. Okay, you don't need to see all that unless we want to validate it. Do you remember in the summer we had that numpty on here that said you have to hold these up to validate the date, and it's really there. Do you remember that, clown? Who remembers Chocolate Colin as well? Hey, we've had some numpties on here, haven't we? I miss Chocolate Colin. If you don't know who Chocolate Colin is, just hope that Spectre's watching this video and read the comments. So there isn't. Where is it there? Yeah. It basically says here, can you see right down here? Oh, the purple writing there. See where it says about Virgil van Dijk? And it's basically saying that Madrid are searching a central defender and Van Dijk is out of contract in the summer. I found that more interesting than any of the other articles. My camera stopped recording then, so that's why we've just split into two. So that was like a little mention of what was in market. Now, look at AS, look at that. Look at that. I love that picture, man. Ain't that fucking great? That is absolutely total ridicule, isn't it? That is like, the journalists behind this, you know what I mean? Like, whoo, that is like, oh, that's embarrassing. And basically, the headline, humbling defeat, major setback kind of thing it's saying there. What does it say here? This is a bad second half. A poor second half condemns Madrid at Anfield. Mbappe missed a penalty and wasn't the solution. Camavinga, the best, becomes the latest injured Madrid player. Neither Mbappe nor Madrid could do anything at Anfield. I will read some of these articles to you. That's that one there. Look, neither Mbappe, nor Madrid could do anything. Basically, they bombed terribly. I'm going to touch on some of these articles in a moment. Mbappe, it's all Mbappe. It's all Mbappe's fault, man. It's incredible how they pile on like that. Look, Mbappe again. This, and do you know? Look at this. We have a problem that says. Do you know what I mean? We'll come to them in a minute. Sport, which is obviously the Barcelona newspaper. That's the Barcelona, pro Barcelona, right? So as soon as you open the pages in here, regardless of last night's game, it's going to be Barca. Do you know what I mean? And I like it. The front page basically means sunk, and you see the explanation mark in Spanish. It's the other way up. Do you know what I'm saying? Just saying as well. They start. So we would say sunk, boom. They also put one upside down at the beginning, just in case you didn't know. And the various languages in Spain, because there's a few. Would they speak Valenciana around here? It's fucking well confusing. So anyway, sunk is that one. They're not taking glee at all. And it says here at the bottom, where's my notes? Real Madrid falls at Anfield after another dismal performance in the Champions League, leaving them with almost no chance of direct entry into the round of 16. Liverpool dominated. What's this one? Liverpool dominated Ancelotti's side from start to finish with goals from McAllister and Gakpo. Mbappe frustrated, missed a penalty. Ancelotti questioned, Mbappe singled out. That's what they're saying. The future of Ancelotti is up in the air. I've seen this in here. It's fucking great. This is what this is what I'm referring to at the moment. What was that one? Ancelotti question, Mbappe singled out. And here, down here, I remember this paragraph here is starting. It says the future of Ancelotti is up in the air, and Mbappe is to blame for this. He has been a disaster. And the Barcelona media are saying that, Real Madrid were outclassed, wildly outclassed by Liverpool. So let's take a look at some of the notes I've got on my phone and that. I wish I could pop that up there. I like that one, really. That's minute, isn't it? I want that fucker to stay up. Please stay up. Come on. Give me a break. You're like a woman, you're just being awkward, aren't you? There we go. Never mind. Well, you can see him there. God, right, so here's some of the articles, which, I'm going to try and just pick bits out to see. Do you know what? There was no real praise for Liverpool. I mean, don't get me wrong. What I mean is there was no articles today saying Arne Slot's amazing or Liverpool are... Do you remember all the run up to this game? Liverpool a killer side, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. They absolutely did. It acknowledged Liverpool's performance in all this reporting in these different papers. They're saying like, Liverpool, widely outclassed. They were amazing. Liverpool were amazing. They do say that, right? But their emphasis is more on Mbappe. It's all his fault. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Mbappe, man. And that's just something. If you're a player considering a move to Real Madrid, I mean, like, if it works out for you, great. Do you know what I mean? But fuck me. They ain't got no... What would Liverpool fans be doing today if we, got beat like that? Who's our Mbappe? Let's just say it's Salah. Quietly, privately, we might go, oh, Salah was off form, wasn't he? He did... do you know what I mean? But I can honestly say I've never, in all my years as a Liverpool supporter, and all the time doing KopTalk, I don't think I've ever seen... a pile-on by the Liverpool media, if you like, or the football media or whatever that covers Liverpool Football Club. I've seen them write, disappointing, off form and all, honest stuff, but I've never seen, you might get one journalist say something negative, but I've never seen a pile-on, like to destroy someone, and that's what it's like for Real, if you play for Real Madrid. It really is. They talk about Mbappe here, right? This is just one of the articles about Mbappe. If I can find it for you, this one. I like to take little notes and stuff like that, right? And it helps with my translation and shit. And it reminds me what I want to speak to you. And that one is just a little article just inside. And it basically says, we can speculate about the reasons, try to understand if they are due to non-sporting factors. What does that mean? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Something going on, that's what they mean, right? If they originate from his mental state, or if they are strictly related to football. The undeniable fact is that Kylian Mbappe today is not even a shadow of the player he has been in recent years. And do you remember in the run-up to this game, they were like, go to Anfield, shut everyone fucking up and all that. Do you remember? And they were talking about his chance to shine, because obviously he hasn't been playing fantastic, but they were putting that down to where he was used, where he was deployed in the team, right? Things are not going well for him, and the confidence crisis he is experiencing is consuming him to the point of turning him into an unrecognisable footballer. Listen, man, you know what I mean? Like, I got a brandy last night, but fucking you what? Someone new to football who watches his matches might conclude that he's just an average player, an ordinary striker. Nothing is working for him. Not his controls, not his passes, not his dribbles. For someone who has been the best footballer in the world, this must be frustrating, especially now after achieving his goal of signing with Madrid. So the reason I'm focusing on this, right, because you're probably thinking, why are we talking about Real Madrid here and Mbappe? Because we have a player in Trent Alexander-Arnold that is being much talked about, possibly going there. And I'm trying to, there'll be people that watch my videos, right, that maybe don't really follow Spanish football, or maybe they're younger, and maybe don't understand things. I don't mean that in a patronising way, but I can just think back to when I was a kid. I knew of Real Madrid. I believed they were a glamorous side and all that. And, you got your Champions League, so you see all these great big clubs and that. But I didn't know know or understand how these clubs worked, and the reputation of some of these clubs and etc. So I'm trying to you might be as old as me or older and think, why are you telling me this, Dunk? But we have to think that there's people as well that are maybe learning a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm an expert. I'm far from it. But you know what I mean. I'm just trying to explain that this is the kind of thing that happens when they pile on you. Do you know what I mean? Mbappe is living a nightmare. At Anfield, he had his moments since he had his favourable context. He played in his favourite position, and Liverpool still neutralised that. Yeah, the absence of Vinicius placed all the spotlight, and responsibility on his shoulders. And Liverpool's style of play allowed him to enjoy spaces to make a difference, but nothing worked. His performance was forgettable, without rhythm, without accuracy, and without leadership. He appeared more out of sorts than ever on the day when the most was expected of him. He's gone unnoticed in all the major events so far. Beyond the mistake, and analysis of his body language during the penalty kick shows an alarming lack of confidence. He's very blocked, and the criticism he will receive in the coming days, which will align with the expectations of the club and of him, will not help him. But this is the demand of Madrid, and this is what I'm saying. Trent Alexander-Arnold goes there. If he don't fucking, turn up like Roberto Carlos on day fucking one, do you know what I'm saying? Another article, okay? I don't need to show you it, but I do have a picture of it. It takes too long to show you. You don't need it, right? I'm not going to make it up, am I? Mbappe experiences a nightmare night. You know what I mean? It missed and failed with a penalty that could have meant 1-1. And again, it's all Mbappe. Multiple, excuse me, that's my fizzy drink repeating on me. Multiple articles in the same publications as well. Do you know what I mean? The Frenchman offered his worst performance in a match where he had to pull the team. He is once again in the eye of the storm for his performance. He was unable to take advantage of the opportunity of Vinicius being missing. At Anfield, he was expected to step up, but he ended up completing his worst game of the season. That's because we were so superior. Do you know what I mean? I can honestly tell you, that Liverpool side last night is it's just that performance. Let's talk about the performance. As a Liverpool fan who, my heart's not in it as much as it used to be. You know that. I'm transparent with that. I don't think that affects anything that I do. If anything, I think that gives something different with this channel, because I'm not going to be always, the super fan, rose-tinted spectacles and all that. It's only because I've fallen out of love with the top flight game and the way it's changed, the commercialism and just things like VAR and fucking, people that own the club to make money and not because their heart's in it. That's the thing. But have you seen how much enthusiasm there is in me? So if I'm enthusiastic about Liverpool at the moment, it's like, fucking hell, if Dunk's happy, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? So that level of positivity at the moment is coming out of me. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, I'm just fucking buzzing. That Conor Bradley last night, everyone's talking about Trent. What's on his mind? He must be thinking, I'll fucking play for Liverpool. Let me fucking, you know what I mean? We're thinking about what other players might be thinking in that game. Oh, I wonder what Trent's thinking when Real Madrid come. I admit, I never once thought in the run-up to this game anything about Conor Bradley. I just thought, well, yeah, he's going to play. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think to myself, and that's me letting myself down there a bit, really. You know what I mean? I should be thinking things like that. So I'm still learning. So I'm here saying, hey, if you're a young lad, young lass, maybe you don't understand a little bit about that club, whatever. I'm 50 years of age and I'm still learning. And I will know now in a future game when there's a situation like that, I'll now think about not just the player that's making the headlines, but also the understudy, right? The cover. And that boy, man, what a fucking hero, man. What must he... We didn't discuss this. We didn't discuss, what was going through his head. We were all talking about, wonder what's going through Trent said with this game, and they're coming to town, and what he's going to think of this outcome, that outcome. All focus on Trent. But I should have been thinking about Conor Bradley. What was he thinking going into the game? Because he could have been a nervous fucking wreck. Fucking hell, am I going to fucking fit? Do you know what I mean? Am I going to get... And fans thinking, is he going to stand up? Is he going to do it? He fucking stood up and did it, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? So he must have got in there thinking, fuck this, I'll show you. Oh, I love people like that, mate. I'm buzzing, mate, guys. Honest, I'm buzzing. Only scored 1 goal in 5 Champions League matches. His performance was disappointing. His decisions were poor. Missed a penalty that could have changed the game. His lack of precision and poor decision-making were evident, and he failed to make an impact. He's a key player. He was unable to find his rhythm. The Liverpool defence effectively neutralised him and he couldn't break through. The pressure is mounting. He needs to find his confidence to deliver the performance expected of him. And then there was more. There's even more. All right? 8 years without seeing Mbappe at Madrid. Mbappe arrived at Real Madrid 4 months ago after 7 years of waiting. But the reality is that his absence continues to grow. They're basically saying he ain't even fucking turned up yet. Can you believe that? Oh my God. That's quite funny, yeah? Do you know what I mean? We waited all them years, he's still not here. I like that, man. Woo! Oh, dear me. His absence continues to grow. He's neither present nor expected, at least based on what he's shown so far. His gestures and face convey insecurity. His face gives him away. He doesn't feel well, and it shows on the field. His football is far from the player who intimidated everyone, the one who led his team to win a World Cup and forced the impossible over time in another. Continues. The penalty seemed doomed from the moment he picked up the ball. He hadn't done anything positive and failed again when he had the chance to tie the game. Every day he shrinks more, and against Liverpool he played on the left where he used to enjoy himself. Wow. It's amazing, isn't it? It's all his fault. Nobody else is getting singled out in all that. Do you know what I mean? Another article by another journal. Too many problems in November. Mbappe. The way they're playing, the results, physical preparation. Madrid has many headaches. With 3 defeats in 5 Champions League matches, they are not yet eliminated, but they did not leave Anfield with a positive feeling, except for the goalkeeper. The reflection of the situation is Kylian Mbappe's face. The Frenchman is a shadow of what he was, and his missed penalty with a 1-0 score was a reflection of his current state, even though he played on the left where he used to enjoy himself. Again, that's repeated in another article by another journal. With Vinicius, he is not the same. Madrid is on the edge of a cliff. If they're not quick to react, they could face a big shock. Then this is a mention of Van Dijk. Van Dijk's contract ends and Madrid seeks a centre-back. Few defences have the hierarchy of Van Dijk, who ends his contract on June 30th. His maturity, his exuberance and his leadership were evident, and the white team could not find a way to get past Rudiger and the other forwards. A long ball from the Dutchman to the wing was enough to break Madrid's defence. So people at Liverpool, they will be aware of things like, hey, hang on a minute now, because there's been no suggestions that anyone's really trying to get Virgil. And I tell you that there will be clubs trying to get Virgil van Dijk, all right, on a free, but you're not hearing about that, right? Why are you not hearing about that? Because I think that the player obviously wants to stay at Liverpool. Therefore, his agent isn't dropping shit out. Do you know what I mean? To make it look like he's more awkward. I think there's just that. It's probably the most sensible of the contract negotiations between them all, and that's obviously why the Twitter twats picked that one as being the one. Oh, that's almost done and all that. Do you know what I mean? Fucking morons. Real Madrid walked alone at Anfield, and Mbappe missed an important penalty. Another article. What a day from that day. What a night from that day as the Beatles sang. Not just any penalty, but one that could have meant 1-1. Could we have seen a different Madrid with Carvajal or Lucas on the right side and Militao in the centre of defence? It's not because Valverde and Asensio did poorly, which they didn't. They both did more than well. The youth player even prevented a 1-0 under the post in the 4th minute. It's possible Ancelotti was a bit wary with these defensive arrangements as Madrid played in a way they usually don't, except in some first halves away from home. Blah, blah, blah. We don't need to know about that. The fact is, Madrid wasn't Madrid. They shrank against a Liverpool that controlled the game as they wanted and had enough chances to win by more goals. And they didn't because of a magnificent goalkeeper for Real Madrid. Still, Madrid could have changed the future, the outcome of the game, basically, if Mbappe hadn't missed that penalty, which might have put fear into Liverpool. I don't fucking think so. Salah missed another penalty, but that can be an excuse. Mbappe's was the 1-1. In short, Madrid seems to walk alone in this Champions League and did so alone at Anfield. True, they have many absences, but to lose as they did, it's better to do it with other strategies and not with such caution, not to say fear. Another one. The defence was more focused on occupying territory than on stopping the opponent. And it says here, I saw this earlier, I remember this bit, and it said, Klopp's team appeared as expected. This is Anfield, and the fans demand attacking football. The lineup included Gravenberch and Jones in the midfield rotation, a team made to attack as the public demands, with the danger always on the wings. It is the legacy Klopp left. I like that little nod to Jurgen there, I do. First half was a warning to Madrid. The team was disorganised, and Mbappe, called to be the star, was absent. He missed a penalty that could have changed the game. Again, you notice all the different articles all saying the same thing throughout all these papers. And I have picked a fraction of them, guys. Vinicius' absence was noticeable and the defence was transparent. It's clear that they need to go to the market, enter the transfer market in January. Madrid were under constant threat from Salah and Bradley. Gula and Bellingham were outmatched, and Bradley was winning the battle against Mbappe. Fucking kidding. Who was very off his game, whether on the wing or when moved to the centre. Liverpool ended up finding the goal it deserved. Talks about McAllister and Bradley. This is more of a match report, so there's no point reading it to you. Right, okay. Mbappe struggles to recover. Another article. In his first major match as the main star, playing in his favourite position and with no one to overshadow him, Mbappe delivered his worst performance since joining Real Madrid. Talk about his teammates and coach needing him most. He was unable to create chances and missed a penalty like any average player might. I got to be honest, I thought their whole, I thought they might have targeted, I felt they might have thought that Bradley was a vulnerability in the game. Do you know what I mean? And he was not. Not only did he fail to make a difference, but he also appeared apathetic and powerless during various phases of the match. This journalist says it's true his performance wasn't the only reason for the defeat of a struggling team, but he was signed for these types of games and has yet to make an impact. It's time to stop asking and start giving. The timid way he took the penalty highlights that Kylian is going through a deep confidence slump. He has realised that this club is unique. For better or worse, 2 good players per game aren't enough here. Madrid demands excellent. I hope Trent's listening. and Mbappe has been with the club long enough to have adapted. It's time to stop making excuses. And it says here because basically Madrid, and the fans or whatever, is not known for having too much patience. No matter who the fuck you are, and this is Mbappe, not Trent Alexander-Arnold. So I think that kind of brings to an end what I'm trying to convey to you here. I know this video won't be very appealing to many people. It's a long video. Well, it will be appealing to the people that like my videos. It won't be appealing to the casual viewers, but I'm really not interested in what they fucking think. So those of you that like these videos, I'm sure will have appreciated that little summary from me. But it's very difficult because, I mean, how the fuck, do you know what I mean? Like, even if all that was in English, all these different little sub-columns and little bits, even if it was in English, like, which bits would you pick out? Do you know what I mean? And there's page after page after page, and I wanted to, what I've tried to do here is, well, I'm trying to focus on the Mbappe criticism to show, what Trent Alexander-Arnold could be going to if that became an option. But I'm still not of the opinion that that's necessarily going to be the case. But we shall see. I suspect that we will see some strong activity now on the contracts front. Although, if I was a Twitter ITK saying that, I would expect you to respond with, well, it's not rocket science, is it? Because we're almost in December. But I think that if you're a player, right, if you're a player involved in contract negotiations, or maybe considering, a move somewhere else, you'd be looking at it all last night, wouldn't you? You'd be sat watching it or whatever, thinking, okay, now, Liverpool is the best team in the world right now. It's the best club in the world to us because the majority of people watching this video are Liverpool fans, right? But we are the best team in the world right now. So you can go to Real Madrid. I understand the attraction of going to Real Madrid, and that is a very, very ambitious club, right? More ambitious than Liverpool Football Club. I hate to say that, but it's true. Because our owners, they're not going to spend more money to try and come first in the Premier League. They're not going to do that. The top Reds will go, no, they shouldn't do that anyway. We can't be reckless. I don't mean that. I've never once ever suggested going out there and signing £100 million players. All right. But there's been times under our ownership where they won't give Jurgen 25 million, 29 million or whatever, right? Oh no, you're going to sell, to buy and shit like that. And we've discussed this before. Our ownership, right? All they want to be is in the top four of the Premier League, finishing one of those places, a Champions League place, let's call it that, right? Because of the revenue, not just the revenue. Don't just think about revenue from finishing positions in the Premier League. That's not important. It's what comes with those positions. It's the Champions League competition, the lucrative money, the shirt sales, the sponsorship agreements, the marketing, and so on. And you've got to remember that when you finish first, you're also paying a lot out as well. Bonuses, higher wages if you're signing the best players in the world. You've got the best staff in the world. So it's a balancing act. You've got, you know what I mean? So you're not going to spend an extra 200 million if that's going to come out of your, it's going to come out of your potential earnings. So finishing second is lucrative. The third, we've gone through this. Trust me. Anyway, that's by the by. So we, the fans, are as, what's the word? What was I saying, guys? Demanding, if you like, as ambitious, if you like, as Real Madrid. But the problem is that when you have a club that is so ambitious, there ain't no room for anyone to fail, no matter who the fuck you are, right? So the pressure's ramped up. And I can understand why someone might want to go to Real Madrid, especially if your boy's there. But for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and maybe you won't like me saying this, I don't think he is a Galactico. I don't think he is. I just don't think he is. I don't think he's one of the best players in the world. I don't. You could argue that he could go there and become that. Maybe so. But there is one of the best players in the world who can't do a fucking thing. So I just don't think you've got that room to improve at Real Madrid. I think like day one, you are expected to fucking deliver, you know? And I just think it would be the wrong move for him. He doesn't seem to have the personality of that. Do you know what I mean? He's, he throws a strop at Liverpool, doesn't he? If he gets subbed or whatever. I just don't think it would be the right move for him. Financially, he might like the idea of, I get how much money if I went in the summer, signing on fee and that. But how much money do you fucking need in life, guys? Yeah, would you be happy with? I'd be happy with one of their fucking 1 week's wages. Give me 1 week's wages, Mo Salah, Trent, anyone, right? I'm all right. My kids would be all right, These people are absolutely stinking fucking rich. He doesn't need to go to Real Madrid. If you had 10 million in bank, I'm sure you'd like to think, well, I'd much rather have 60 million. But yeah, but you've got 10 fucking million. You can only spend so much money. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't get it. Anyway, I'm still going to stick to it. There was someone messaged me yesterday, and I put this on the members' website, like a little update about someone that is close to the whole situation. This isn't me saying this. This is just someone that's close to the whole situation, and they think that there's more of a chance of him going to Real Madrid than he is staying. But I still honestly think that all three will sign at Liverpool. I don't know. You've got to have that little bit of you that thinks maybe Trent will go. But it's all about what Real Madrid do. Like how desperate they are. Like, I don't think anyone would find it easy to turn down Real Madrid if they come saying, we need you. But Real Madrid, despite all the studying and analysis we do of all the reporting, I've yet to see anything that says, fuck me, we're desperate to have him. If he was in contract, I don't think they'd be shelling out 70, 80 million euros for him, which is what they think he's worth. So, and after that game last night, I just think it will change people's, I just think you'd look at it, wouldn't you? You'd be assessing everything. If you're Trent Alexander-Arnold going into that game last night, what's on your mind. You'd be like, I could play for them one day. Fucking hell, there's my boy down there. What a good crack. But then when you're listening to it all and watching it all, it must be very difficult for people like Trent, because I bet you, we have players that are like, I want to play for this club, but I just wish it was a bit more just a little bit more ambitious. We think it as fans, right? Those of us that have got our head switched on, we don't say we want to go and spend recklessly. We just want to see a little bit more, like someone that really wants to win and isn't just focused on making money. There's a difference between balancing things and being responsible and being greedy, But if you're a player, I bet you if Liverpool had, and I don't want to go down the FSG out fucking route, but I bet you if Liverpool had more ambitious owners, I bet you this wouldn't even be up for debate, to be honest with you, with some of these players. I still think they'll sign, guys. I do. I think they'll sign. And remember what I said to you? After every home game, that's when you tend to get a little bit of gossip come out, right? And last night was a significant game. And everything that will have been up for discussion last night within, the suits and, the higher up the chain you are in terms of how much money you put in the club, the more you get, trusted and more privy to. I'm not saying the club reveal all the secrets, but come on, you know how it works, right? Surely you know this. I don't know. The more important you are in life, or whatever your standing in life, the more access you get, the more you get to know, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So I suspect that last night at Anfield will have been a lot of conversations about those players, in particular Trent. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if you see some bold claims made today, tomorrow. Paul Joyce will surface soon, I imagine. And I think that everything that I've called so far with this, I think, has been right, guys. You know what I mean? And that's not because I'm a fucking genius. A lot of it's just common sense. It's common sense. And also, I do have the added benefit or bonus of knowing people and reading people and feel, you know what I mean, and getting little bits of info here and there from the people that count. But you know what? I couldn't give a flying fuck if Trent Alexander fucked off to Real Madrid. Couldn't give a flying fuck, because I've seen better players leave, and I don't want to be bitchy like that towards him. The same would apply with Mo, with Virgil, with anyone that doesn't want to play for the club. Fine. All we ask is you conduct your exit, sensibly, and allow the club to prepare for, replacing you or whatever. We are a very, very, very good football club, and we're doing exceptionally well under Arne Slot. But let's not forget Jurgen as well, that laid these foundations and improved things. So yeah, very positive time to be a Liverpool fan, I think. And I, for one, I'm absolutely delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. But I'm more delighted for you guys. I know how much it means to you all. It doesn't mean as much to me as it used to do. But I'm so delighted for you guys because, you know, you're my friends. Well, many of you are anyway. You can be my friend if you want to be my friend, or you can just be one of the fucking haters or whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's it. So we will see. I suspect you're going to see some bold claims now, and I, you know, obviously as we go into December, we're going to see some official news. You know, everything will be all right. And I'll be honest, when it breaks, don't expect me to go live immediately. Don't expect me to make a big deal out of it. It's just like, thanks, that's it, it's done, right? And I won't be applauding anybody, right? Because it's their fucking job to do this. You know, years ago, you know, under Liverpool, it wasn't even a discussion about a contract negotiation, really. Do you know what I mean? It just got fucking done, or it didn't. Now it's made into this big drama, and they'll do all this little videos and like fucking big reveals and all this shite, and Edwards and Hughes will be heroes. I tell you what, though, there's plenty of people that criticise the owners, right? But hey, let's give them a fucking big thumbs up for appointing Arne Slot in the first place. And that includes giving a thumbs up to Hughes and Edwards. We're quick to criticise this, you know, trio of people or factors of the club when things are going wrong. But you can't take that away from them. You can't say, well, it's all your fault because they're at the top when things are going wrong, right? So I can certainly acknowledge some positivity there. I'm going to leave you with it. I'm sorry if it's not a very exciting video. Or how do you condense this into fucking 3 minutes? One thing I will say is one positive thing for Real Madrid. Our blowers under 19s beat Liverpool 1-0. Before I go, I have some headlines from around the world. Reuters, dominant Liverpool beat Real Madrid 2-0 to top Champions League. The Huffington Post in España, here in Spain, Real Madrid loses 2-0 at Liverpool and gets into serious trouble in the Champions League. Talk Sport, I know many people don't like Talk Sport. I don't mind it because I like to listen to Simon Jordan. Real Madrid create unwanted history with Champions League defeat to Liverpool as Reds equal club record. The Times, there is an offer on the Times at the moment. Don't forget Paul Joyce, writes for the Times. And I think it's maybe worth you considering. I know you can access the Times paywall through archive.ph, which I've told you about before. I wouldn't use it, obviously. But sometimes it can be frustrating waiting for an article to be indexed or whatever. The Times, if you Google the Times newspaper or the Times, you should see a Black Friday offer come up. And it's £1 a month for 12 months, guys. You'd be ridiculous not to grab that, to be honest with you. It can depend on what country you are in, though. There's different offers, okay? On the members website I posted about it, there's two different links. So they have like a non-UK version and a UK version of the offers. But be careful because one of them's like £1 a month for 4 months or something, and then 30 quid a month or 15 quid a month, depending on what access you want. Just Google the Times if you're interested. It's a great Black Friday offer. I've grabbed it for £1 a month because, for the site and for you guys, okay? Anyway, the Times, Liverpool dominate Champions League heavyweights Real Madrid. This is fucking, this is Real Madrid, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not Real Sociedad, fuck's sake. Cadena SER in Spain, Carlo Ancelotti. We competed well, but the result is fair. El Pai, Liverpool superior. Is that how you pronounce that? El Pai? I can't remember. But I'm calling it Pai anyway because I like fucking pies. Liverpool superior. Amazing. AS, humbling defeat, we've done that, and Sports sunk. So there you go, guys. Now, that's the end of this video. I'm not doing a live stream this afternoon. It's Thanksgiving Day in America, so happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And if you're in a country that celebrates this tradition or this holiday, my boy Smooth, my best friend, he is off work today in America. And we're jumping on the Xbox this afternoon. So depending on when you watch this, we might be live, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. Look for live. We'll be live from around 12 o'clock noon UK right through for the afternoon. I will do a live stream this evening on here on KopTalk.tv, which I should think will be around 7 o'clock UK time. And that's it. Don't forget to go and check my other new YouTube channel out called Meh United TV. Okay, just search on Google, not Google, YouTube, MEH, Meh United TV. The actual username is @Meh United TV. Come and subscribe. Come and subscribe. You're going to enjoy it over there. If you like my videos here, you're going to like it on there. Trust me. And I'll be doing morning briefings on there every day from next week as well for them bank supporters. All right, guys, that's it then. Did you appreciate this video? Did you? Well, please thumbs up the video if you did. You know the haters try and thumbs them down. Come on, get a big fucking smack of me fucking face with a virtual fucking thumb. You know what I'm saying? We like a thumbs up, don't we, girls? Well, I don't, but you might. Drop me a comment on anything in this video. Did you watch it to the end? Let me know if you watched it to the end. And if you want to buy me a beer, I'm not having a beer, but do you know what? Saturday afternoon, I mean, I'm meeting my girlfriend this weekend. I'm going to find it difficult not to have a nice little beer in England. But if you're going to get me a beer or a coffee, so you can't get out of it if you're a Muslim, because I know you don't want to support anyone drinking alcohol. But we know you have a fucking little sneaky drink every now and then, and a bacon butty. Listen, bacon butty, beer, coffee, whatever, hit the super thanks button. That's the love heart under the video. If you don't see it, read the video description. There's 3 options in there. And join the channel as well. And if you've already joined the channel, become a VIP member. That's even better. That'll make me very happy for Christmas. Talking of Christmas, we're having an ease up on here. Christmas party. Christmas, like jingle bells, all that sort of stuff. A week Saturday, which I think is Saturday, the 7th of December, after the Merseyside derby in the afternoon. We're going to go right through. Someone said, well, how long will that last? I said, until I fall off the fucking chair. All right, guys. Come on, fucking up the Reds.